Yahoo! Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to the Aquarian Adepts, my platform to become your spiritual server. And welcome, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, and Pisces Rising, or anybody who just wants to hang out with Pisces, to your first half of June 2018 report. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Whew, finally made it to this video. It's almost June the 5th at the time of me recording this, but it's okay. We're going to crank it out. And I just want to make sure I provide good content for you guys. So, thank you so much for joining me, and let's dive into it. Let's see what we have in store for you, Pisces, my beautiful Pisces. Definitely going to be an interesting first half of the month. Like I said, it's, like I've been telling a lot of the signs, it's going to be kind of fast-paced. And we're really going to go through some major transformations and some other major shifts. It's going to be really interesting. One of those shifts actually has already happened. It happened earlier today, which is Uranus shifting to the first degree of Taurus. This is for you, is your third house. And this is interesting because this is speaking to, well, Uranus, it's been in Taurus since May 15th. Which it's been about 20 to 21 days or so, right? So whenever the outer planets, shift a degree, it is a big change because they move so slow, even though it might come across as subtle. But Uranus really is kind of anything but subtle. Uranus is like quick, lightning bolt, bam, bam, boom. So so when it shifts to this first degree of Taurus, we are really going to begin to feel it. For you, this is the third house of communication, the mind, short distance travel. So there's definitely going to be some type of spark when it comes to this area of your life. You're definitely going to be having the conversations that you're going to be having from here on out are really going to be like thinking about the future and future oriented, and how you can improve upon things, how you can work on things, how you can move things forward. You're really going to be preoccupied with that. This will be a great time to start collaborating with other people. If you happen to be a creative Pisces, which you are very artistic and magical, but this will be a great time for collaboration because you are going to be really thinking about the future and what to bring forth on different projects. This is also going to be really interesting just in all your relationships, because you really are going to start to communicate this innovation, and really the only thing really that's going to be, I guess, this innovation that you're bringing forward. Sorry, I'm like tripping over my words a bit. Is that you're going to kind of almost just rebel by being uniquely you. That's really kind of how it's going to go, and just being unapologetically magical. Like, that's really kind of what you're going to be doing, is like unapologetically magical. And people are going to be looking at you like, Pisces, damn it, Pisces, why you got to be so freaking magical? As a Scorpio, I'm low-key jealous of you, but I have my moon in Pisces, so that's okay. But it's like, people are really going to be looking at you and be like, whoa, Pisces, you are in another dimension. But you actually kind of are. You have like 1 foot in this dimension and 1 foot out of this dimension. So this Uranus shift on a quantum level is really going to start to having more thoughts and communication about, as far as bringing things forward in a manifesting way, but also thinking about the future, thinking about how to innovate this area of your life, innovating your thought process. That's really going to happen. Mercury is going to shift it to Cancer on the 12th, and for you, this is the 5th house, so the planet of mind communication will be shifting into Cancer. And for you, being the 5th house, you really are going to start communicating. Your emotions are really going to start communicating to you, almost sort of like being a messenger for the heart, being a messenger for your passions, for your inner child. This is also going to be a time where, if you have children, really pay attention to what they say, because they're really going to be speaking from their emotions, and you really want to pay attention to them, because I think that sometimes we disregard emotions, especially here in the Western world. We disregard them. We kind of push them aside, scoot them under the rug. But Mercury shifting into Cancer, everyone's going to be speaking from their emotional realm. Like, everyone's going to be. And for you, since this is the 5th house, you really are going to be, for really you, it's really going to be heart-centered. It's going to be centered in your heart. And you're going to start to open up more, passionately, creatively, really wanting to tap more into the joy in every moment. That's really where you're going to be feeling. And if if there's like some sort of emotional disconnect, you're not really going to be able to connect fully in the moment like you want to. Venus is going to shift into Leo on the 13th. This for you is your 6th house of, daily routine, service to others, pets. You might get a new pet around this time. That'd be really cool because Venus is it's what we're kind of attracted to and what we're like kind of open to receiving. This energy is canonically the planet of love. So for this, being in the 6th house, you and a partner definitely could be wanting to revamp your day-to-day routine, maybe wanting to kind of put a spark back into it. If you aren't coupled, this is really going to be you looking at your day-to-day life and really being like, how can I feel the love in this moment? How can I feel the love in this moment? How can I feel the love in that moment? And you almost kind of taking, and you can do this, Pisces, because you're magical, taking kind of the mundane and turning it into an act of love. That's actually kind of what you want to do. That's really amazing. That's beautiful. Taking the mundane that you do every day and turning it into an act of love. I think it's by turning this process or this routine or what you do into an act of love is really going to just show and reflect back to you just how magical and powerful you are and just how amazingly blessed you are and how blessed you all are by taking these seemingly mundane everyday realities and turning it into an act of love. We also have on the 13th, we have the new moon in Gemini. And this is really big. The new moon is always a seed of creation. It's an ending, but it's also a beginning. And this is a new cycle beginning. Gemini naturally rules the mind and communication thoughts. So we're really going to be thinking about that. For you, this new moon is occurring in your 4th house of family and foundation. So you really are going to start to be thinking new in new ways about your family, about your foundation, about where you came from, even your childhood. You might even be looking at your childhood and wanting to like kind of clear out things from your childhood and like clear out the past. This new moon is actually going to bring about this opportunity for you to kind of forgive the past, forgive what's happened in the past, and move forward and look at it from a more grateful point of view. This new moon in Gemini, you're definitely going to have conversations with family members that almost like you guys definitely, this is the new moon in Gemini, the 4th house can be really you getting together with family members that you haven't seen in a while, and y'all just putting back drinks and y'all just having a good time, laughing, joking, watching movies, talking about when so-and-so did this and when so-and-so did that. It's really going to be a kind of nice and festive time for you, but for you it's going to be with your family, so it's going to be kind of nice. You might have like a family reunion or some type of family vacation around this time. That's the astrology really for the first half of the month. Like I said, it's going to kind of fly by. They're going to be, like I said, we have shifts. We have Mercury shifting into a new sign and Venus shifting into a new sign. We have the new moon. We have Uranus shifting to the 1st degree. So definitely a lot of interesting like pivot points right here. That's really going to begin to augment this. Like this year has kind of already been going by fast. And this first half of June is really going to we really need like this a little bit of speed because especially when Mars goes retrograde, things are going to slow down. So definitely take advantage of this first half of the month, Pisces. Definitely take advantage of it. For the theme, we actually have crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. So whenever we cross bridges in life, it means we're really going from one step to the next. And I believe, who was it? I think it was Cancer, where I was kind of channeling this this idea of a bridge and connecting one dot to another. I think it's because they had the Two of Pentacles in their reading. So the Two of Pentacles usually has it's like a bridging of energy. So when you're going to be crossing this bridge the first half of the month, Pisces, and it's going to be a time of you kind of like you're crossing the bridge, you look down at the water, that's your reflection. You're reflecting what's happened, and you're going to be releasing things. You're going to be healing. You're going to also be connecting to new people, new experiences, maybe a new job. But just anyways, just new realities. You're going to be really healing from what's happened, forgiving what's happened, mending anything that you might feel is broken. And it's going to be a time where, you know, you are definitely moving in the right direction, but you're going to kind of be feeling like you're in between worlds. If you don't already feel like that enough, Pisces, and like I said, my moon is there, so I kind of get it. I do get it, what it's like to be in between worlds, because like when it comes to feeling, I feel like I'm in between worlds, you know. So it's okay though. I think if anything for you, Pisces, the first half of the month might be slow. It'll probably be slower than most other signs, just because you're kind of going to be like in this in-between space where you are processing everything that's going on. And you know, since you're a deeply spiritual sign, of course, and you feel everything, Pisces, yeah, you kind of need it to be a little slow, just so you can be able to process everything, so you can connect to what you need to connect to, heal what needs to be healed, release it to the universe, and move forward. We have the Fool card appearing as the exposition of the story. So you are the Fool. You are feeling like the Fool. You are feeling like, oh, I'm just going to let life just carry me and take me wherever. You're just going to be just going with the wind, going with the flow, and you're really going to be feeling a bit of this freedom to just want to go. Be careful to not step off the cliff, or if you do step off the cliff, know that you are going to sprout wings and fly, or just maybe the fall isn't that high. But there's definitely going to be this attitude and this energy of kind of just like this playfulness in the moment. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse. This is why I said the first half of the month for you, Pisces, is probably going to be slower than most. Because the Eight of Wands, when it's upright, it speaks to rapid development. When it's in reverse, it means that we're having to really ponder and really think things through. Even though this is a fire, this is the suit of fire, it's really asking you to kind of slow down and like really think about these actions and take purposeful action. And things aren't going to be moving as rapid fast because you're having to process a lot right now. Venus moving into Leo, also being the 6th house, means that, like I said, you are going to be kind of looking at your day-to-day reality. So it's like things are going to kind of slow down enough to the point where you can actually begin to examine your day-to-day routine, your reality, and how can you make shifts and changes so you can heal. We have the Ace of Wands appearing as your rising action. This is beautiful because this is really going to bring a spark of creativity to you. You're going to really be feeling very passionate and really much so getting into it. And I haven't mentioned it yet. The fox is actually a totem animal of Gemini. I actually have a necklace that has a fox on it, and I wore it for the first 9 or 10 or so days while the sun was in Gemini, because it actually rules the first 10 degrees. And now I'm just going to be channeling information. But the fox is, like I said, a totem animal of Gemini. It rules the first 10 degrees of Gemini. And you definitely are going to be, this new moon in Gemini, I have to look up exactly where it is. I don't know what degrees it's actually at. But regardless, you really are going to be kind of be feeling, you know, you're almost going to be kind of feeling like the fox, a little bit opportunistic, and you have to kind of slow down in order to go after what you want. Like the fox, it has to hide, it has to be a little sly to capture its prey, and it's kind of what you're going to be doing. It's like you're looking at your dreams, you're looking at your desires, and you kind of have to slow down. You can't really go super fast towards it. That you can't be Aries, you know, right? You can't be Aries and just rush right into it. You have to kind of just, this is going to be almost like a slow and steady kind of wins the race, you know. But the Ace of Wands is definitely going to be giving you some power to really push things forward and really manifest. But you're going to be doing so from a place where you really are kind of thinking things through, you know. We have the Nine of Wands appearing as the climax. So you were definitely prepping for something to happen. And this is really in conjunction with the Seven of Swords that appears as the falling action. So I think what's happening here is that you are going to be feeling really super magical. You're going to be healing and mending. I think all the water signs, especially this first half of June, are going through an intense healing process. It's being activated by the Grand Water Trine that we just went through and still technically are kind of going through. But all the water signs are having to heal because it's like you know, they've been working so hard on healing the collective that they haven't had too much time for themselves. So Pisces, this is going to be a time of great healing for you. This Nine of Wands is you preparing for whoever the Seven of Swords is, whether it's a person or some type of event that might backstab you. But since the Nine of Wands comes before it, you are going to be prepared for whatever happens. I see this really as someone or something or some energy not really seeing the beautiful magic to who you are, and how you can just really snap your fingers and fairies just suddenly appear around you, or you can snap your fingers and suddenly there's a unicorn next to you, or a griffin. Like, that's kind of your energy, and people are going to be like, Pisces, no, you can't do that, get real. Saying get real to a Pisces is like telling an Aries to not do something for themselves before they do something for others. Like, it's telling a Pisces to get real is like telling a Leo to not get up on stage and sing as loud as they freaking can, or just sing their heart out. Like, really? Like, Pisces, you are supposed to be in your imagination. You're supposed to be that super magical. You're supposed to be that. So this Nine of Wands, it's like you're going to get your Ace of Wands, and then you're going to be just casting magic here, magic there, magic here, magic there, and then you're going to just sense that some type of obstacle is going to try and come and tell you that, oh, you know, you can't be that way. And you're going to prepare for it. The Seven of Swords appearing in the following action, it's usually like what I call like the backstabbing card. And it normally would be like you feel like you're being backstabbed, or you feel like you're getting kind of cheated out of something. But since you're prepared for it with the Nine of Wands, you don't really got to worry about it. You're going to kind of just almost like brush it off and really just be like, you know what, they just don't get it. They just don't get it. A lot of people don't get you, Pisces, because you're super freaking magical and you're a wizard and you see all kinds of incredible stuff and you have all kinds of incredible thoughts, and you're really trying to integrate this really high vibration that people just simply don't get. We have the World card appearing as the following action. So I really see this as the world is your oyster. You can do anything. And look who the writer of the story is. It's the Empress, which this really in many ways can be speaking to the Uranus shifting to the first degree of Taurus. You really are going to be communicating with Gaia this month. The first half of the month, and really, Gaia is really telling you that the world is your oyster. Go forth and create. You can do anything you want. But like I said, you're going to be feeling like the reason why you're going to be feeling like you can't create, or at least as fast as you want, is because A, things are kind of slowing down for you, or slowed down for you, or at least it appears that way. B, you're crossing this bridge because you're going from one space to another, and you're having to heal from the past. You're having to heal from what's happened so you can really express the creative joy and blissful passion in the moment. But you're kind of going from one step to the next, but you're going to do so, honestly, very gracefully. It's going to be a very graceful first half of the month for you, Pisces, because people are going to look at you. It's like you're not even going to be fazed by really any obstacles or dilemmas that come at you, because you're just going to kind of like, they're going to come and you're going to kind of like move with it. You know what I mean? Instead of just staying hard and stuff, you're just going to kind of move with it. You're more immutable water. So it's like I said, if an obstacle comes or something tries to punch you, you're just going to like, it's just going to like flow right through you. It's just going to be like, okay, what's up? It's going to be like, okay, what's up? Let's go. Let's go. I'm magic. I'm beautiful. Yo, what's up? Let's go. Let's do this. I'm healing. I'm amazing. Yes. Woo! Like, that's how you're going to be like. And people are going to be like, that's why whatever comes with the Seven of Swords, it's going to be really quick. It's going to be kind of just like a, brush it off shoulder. And you're going to move along. You're like, the world is my oyster. I'm connected. I am powerful. I am creative. And yeah, I may be a fool. And people might not necessarily get me. But I'm going to be me anyways. And that's all you have to worry about, Pisces. Not even worry about. Just be that. Anyways, that is it for your reading, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you can follow the link in the description below to theAquarianAdepts.com. And always remember, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to keep moving forward, to stay focused and Yahoo! Smile often.